good morning. Welcome to Office Hours for Korean Natural Farming for March 17th, 2024. Sorry, a little slow out of the gate. Had a few technical issues here. Internet going out, and then for some reason my webcam wouldn't turn on. Random. But glad I got things going. Glad you're here. Oh my gosh, Thomas is here. And Talils. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. Talils. Okay. But before we get into the whole deal, Korean Natural Farming Office Hours, sponsored by Pure KNF Foundation. Inspired by Master Cho here, although he's a little blurry. And an hour where you can ask any questions you want on Korean natural farming. Always Sunday, 9 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. And otherwise, enjoy the community and Talis. Okay, Talis. How's it? And otherwise, going over some topics that I have this year. So far, 2024, we've been getting into Jadam, or also known as Madaj, and or known as ultra low cost Korean natural farming. So going through all of those types of things and, keeping it real, I guess, as real as the internet can be. So, we got Cecily in the house. What's up, Cecily? Hey, she's a member, Pure KNF. So before we get into this stuff, let's get a little bit of higher wisdom. And today is coming to meet. Sounds pretty appropriate. Darkness reappears unexpectedly. Caution and reticence are in order. It is a dangerous hour. Through an eruption of our inferior nature, darkness has interrupted the flow of light. The inferior can be quite seductive if we are not resolute in resisting it. And if we are not resolute in resisting it, the moment can be lost to misfortune. In oneself, this is a time to examine motives. Those which are of questionable honor should be uprooted and discarded. Be wary of situations that tempt to engage your ego and tempt you into anger, self-righteousness, or desire. Actively employ your higher nature to test the correctness of tempting ideas and circumstances. That which seems to be suspicious almost certainly is. In your conduct with others, practice modesty, independence, and patience with great discipline. Avoid anger or arrogance at all costs. Withdraw whenever you cannot meet another in a balanced and independent way. Neither encourage another to forego his balance, nor indulge him if he does so. Again, withdraw into stillness if the circumstances indicate the presence of inferior influences. Reticence and self-scrutiny are the orders of the day. So, interesting. We got Rainbow Possum. We'll see. Darkening the light, although she says it's sunny in Seattle. I think isn't it sleepless in Seattle? I don't know. Maybe it's sunny in Seattle. I haven't checked if the Mandela Effect has updated Tom Hanks yet. Some Meg Ryan, you never know when that's going to shift. Anyhow, glad to see you. Thanks for being in the house. And, today, we got a bunch of, got some good stuff. Before we get into, some Madaj, some questions, whatever. If you got some questions, fire them away. We'll get to that. But wanted to let you know that, let's see here. Pull this up there on this screen. Switch this one over to that one. Oh, what? Oh, this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. switch that over like that. So we got Master Cho over here, Pure KNF Foundation. You can join, become a member by going up here to membership, going to login or join here. And then we just had our monthly meeting, our first monthly meeting. So unlike the office hours here, which you're tuned into now, where it's like me through the YouTube talking to you and you can chat back through the chat, the monthly meeting for our members is through the Zoom, through the Pure KNF Foundation's account on Zoom, and we get a two-way conversation going, where we can hear from you, you can hear from us. We are actually building community together and doing that kind of stuff. And so we had Pure KNF Foundation. We had our first monthly meeting. I guess it's not listed on the website yet because I just did it the other day. But these, the recordings of those will be for members of the Pure KNF Foundation. So if you want to be a member, you can go here, click join, and it'll take you here. You can fill this out here, and it is, it's as cheap, as inexpensive as $5 a month or $60 a year, because you have to pay a year because of our bylaws. But $60 a year is $5 a month, or we suggest that you pay $120 a year to be $10 a month and really help support us. Or you can also put this amount to higher if you really like the work that we're doing. You want to be a huge supporter of what we're doing. And you just fill out this little form here and then submit, and you can become an associate member. And that helps power the office hours, helps get monthly meetings. You get the micro documentaries, which all these nice micro documentaries here. And then also you get to have membership feedback, which down here, this is a poll, although only members can see it, but a poll is here. And then we're often going to be putting polls out to our members so that we can continue to refine what we're doing. So for instance, like we just reviewed the poll last night, and it turns out that like the best time for the monthly meeting, we did it the second Wednesday at 3 p.m. But it turns out that I think everyone who filled out the poll, the best time that's going to work for them is Sunday, the second Sunday of the month at 2 p.m. And that'll fit everyone that filled out the polls thing, thanks to ChatGPT converting all those time zones for me. And we'll be able to do that. And we will also be, in the next newsletter, sending out like a Zoom primer to help people get into that a little better, of how to use Zoom, whether you're on a phone or a computer, because I know some people had some issues with those things. And just trying to help our membership connect, because it's more than just like me talking to you. It's actually you folks talking to each other, which happens in the chat a little bit here, which I'm stoked. It's great. It's good to see. But having that face to face or voice to voice, like seeing the realism of people, seeing the enthusiasm, seeing the great things everyone's doing, hearing people share, like that is really what we're building here. And so glad we had like a 90% turnout for our first monthly meeting. Some people had a few tech issues type of thing getting into it, but as we continue to do it, I think that'll get resolved and we will really start connecting. And we also just kind of preview here. I don't want to share too much, because if I share too much, then we gotta have incentives for joining in membership. But we did here. I'm gonna pull this up over here on the other screen over here, and just give you a slight preview. I'm gonna mute it so that if you're really good at reading lips, maybe you can find out what happened. But transition over here and then check it out. So here, this is our monthly meeting recording. We had an agenda, went through some things, people got to talk, but we had Chris Anthony tune in, had Goofman, had all kinds of our members. Cecily was here, Bird was there, And so we got to see our members, and then we had the wonderful Tomer Zexer talk to us. So he was telling us all about how KNF has worked for him, what he's doing, his experiences, sharing just, back with us. You know how sometimes people will send me emails and things through here and share pictures, and then I share that with you. Well, Tomer got to share all of this with us, and it was just wonderful to, kind of back and forth little interview type of thing, but he was sharing so much of what was good. And so if you want to get this content and learn, look at his enthusiasm. I mean, you can't argue with that enthusiasm. And so if you want to get, be part of this, be part of the community, hear what he had to say, all this, you got to go pureknf.org and become a member of the Pure KNF Foundation. And then you'll have access to this, and then all of our recordings of the monthly meeting. And look how enthusiastic he is in this. So you get 45 minutes of Tomer talking and sharing the downloads from what he's experienced. So instead of just me blessing it up, it's a bunch of other folks getting together. And so thank you, Bird, for the super chats here today on this. I really appreciate it. Keeping me powered up. And, keep me going on this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And this community rocks. Yes, this community here, plus also the membership community where we are interacting with each other better. And we just reviewed the membership poll, so we're going to address that in our upcoming email to all the members and continue to set our sights and development toward what makes that work for you. So if that's not a big enough pitch and you're not excited, you're not there already, then I don't know what you're waiting for. But many people in the chat right now are already members, so they know, they enjoyed it. They had such good things happening, so it's great. I'm glad we got Printer Bear in the house here, coming from Connecticut. What's up? We got Cecily from Western Australia. Good day, mate. Cheryl, what's up? Oh, love Cheryl coming in from Idaho. Mark, probably Santa Cruz. I don't know where he's at these days. Yeah, getting to your site has taken 16 minutes, including turning off iPhone and trying anything else I can think of. Does anyone else have difficulties? I'm not sure. Getting to your site, I'm not sure what exactly site you're talking about. If you give me a URL or something, I'm not sure, or if it's the Zoom or if it's this. I was a little late today getting into the YouTube, or if the site is actually slowed down, let me know what I can do. And Stone Mason, that's okay, man. We'll catch you next time. It was a ton of fun. And you'll get the recording emailed to you as soon as we get that posted up. We're doing a little bit of post processing to cut out the beginning part where people were just talking, because I don't think we should share that with everybody. I mean, maybe, I don't know. You got to be there for that. But once the meeting starts, we'll share that whole hour of the meeting with you. So I got that. So the office hours, is that if you're talking, so office hours, hey, what's up? So we'll just go over here. We'll do a bit of tech support on this. So if you're talking about office hours, like their office hours is hosted here from KNF support. For me, it doesn't take 15 minutes. It takes just a few seconds to load here. And then office hours, clicking up there. And then it should be live right here, right now. March 17th, that's today, right there. So I'm not sure, might be internet connectivity issues. I know the internet was having trouble in Africa the other day, like some people cutting some undersea cables. But and this needs to be updated. There's some episodes since February 11th. I'll get on that after this. So you can see the past episodes. But for me, it's loading. I do have fiber internet, so that's why I'm able to do this while I'm streaming and all that. Thanks to the Pure KNF Foundation. And then also this last week, I did answer some questions here on on KNF support here. And I thought this question was actually interesting here. The Kiefer versus lab question. So before we jump into other things. So we'll answer some of those questions here, but we'll go over this just quickly here. It says, or quickly, at the correct pace. I hear people like Matt Powers talk about how great kefir is and how it's super. Oh, let me turn this on so you can see where my mouse is. Okay, so it's super digester, etc. I think it's ETC, but ECT works too. I consume it almost daily for its probiotic benefits. How does kefir do as a protector instead of LAB? Can I replace or supplement it? If not, does it have any use in gardening, soil restoration, or KNF? Thanks in advance. So, oh, and this was Talise. What's up? Talise is in the chat. This is awesome. Or she's watching live. I think it's a she. I don't know. Maybe it's a he. I don't know. I'm not going to assume any of that. Talise is in the house. We'll just say it that way. So this was, yeah, cool. It's good to kind of make these connections. People using KNF support and here in the office hours. It's amazing. We're getting stuff good. Oh, I'm a he. Hey, he. What's up? We got a Talise the man in the house. What's up? Yeah, sorry. I'm unfamiliar with your name, so I don't know. Make assumptions. I guess that's how people do things when they're unfamiliar with other people. But it's great to meet you, Talise. Great to meet you. And great to know that this question was answered. And we're going to feature it today because I thought it was pretty darn good of just answering this here. And it's like, so I said, I just looked up kefir on Wikipedia, right? So, it's nice because as I answer the questions, I can kind of link these things. And then if you're interested more, you can click on it, open those tabs, go here, look up kefir, right? And so I didn't know too much about kefir. I've heard of it for a long time. I've been drinking it for a long time. One of my neighbors loves kefir. Let me make this bigger too. We can see this text a bit bigger. Yeah, there we go. And it says that, the Wikipedia, I just kind of took some quotes from there, but the kefir grains initiating the fermentation are initially created out of autoaggregations of Lactobacillus kefiranofaciens and Kazakhstania Teresinis. Yeah, everyone can make fun of my Latin pronunciations there. Please lol in the chat. Where multiple biofilm producers cause the surface to adhere, which form a three-dimensional microcolony. So the question was, how does kefir do as a protector instead of LAB, right? So LAB, lactic acid bacteria, and right here, Lactobacillus kefiranofaciens. I'm just going to mumble those Latin words because I'm not good at them. It's probably more clear if I mumble than I try to actually pronounce it. But right there, Lactobacillus kefiranofaciens is right there. So how do, as a protector instead of this, it's like they're right there. They're one and the same. Like it is Lactobacillus is in kefir. Plus this other Kazakhstani tuberculosis is in there as well. And so I said, it looks like kefir has lacto in it, right? Albeit maybe a more narrow family than the KNF recipe would culture. Because the whole point of Master Cho's leaving the starchy water out and then mixing it into milk and doing it with a breathable lid on top is so that you get this very broad family of lactobacillus. If you capped it and you made it in an anaerobic conditions, and you could culture lactobacillus that way, but you're going to have a more narrow family. So this kefir perhaps is just a more narrow family, but also I wouldn't doubt its effectiveness in various things, because here it says further down in the Wikipedia article, a complex and highly variable symbiotic community can be found in the grains. These can include acetic acid bacteria. So acetic acid bacteria, now you're getting into KNF cleanser. This is your vinegars, right? So you're also getting maybe some vinegars in this kefir. Yeasts such as Candida kefir and S. cerevisiae, And so you're getting the, also yeast, which yeast is used in natural farming. It's not one of the 9 core solutions, but it is a solution Master Cho talks about, and older episodes, KNF support, go to office hours, search for yeast. I know I've talked about it. Yeast, very important. And a number of lactobacillus species. So not just the lactobacillus kefirrhenificissima, it also has lactoparacarina and lactokefirrhenificissima and subspecies Kefirgyrginum and lactokefir, etc. While some microbes predominate, lactobacillus species are always present. So, kefir is going to have variable things, but there's always going to be lactobacillus in there. And then I say, which sort of validates what I was saying. But then with kefir, it looks like you're also getting KNF cleanser, right? Acetic acid, yeasts, and perhaps more, which are all useful and used in KNF, right? And so overall, I'd say kefir is great and should be used in a way very similar to the KNF protectors. It is worth reading the whole article on Wikipedia because it has a lot of information that can help you understand how it fits into KNF better than this brief answer, right? Because I just took a few things there and did that. So it's great to see, Talise came in, said thanks for the answer. And I guess he always has excess kefir on hand as a byproduct. So, if you don't have a lot of rice making lactobacillus, now you got another tool in your tool belt. So with kefir on hand, you now have this tool, and it sounds like you're getting yeast plus lactobacillus plus cleanser, all these things in there, right? So you're getting more out of there. And so I would use it very similar to how you use protectors, keeping things clean, doing those things, using it as a growth stimulant, using it to kind of populate the leaves. And it may still be worth using, the KNF lactobacillus as well as a toolkit. I'm not saying like everyone should substitute over to this, but if this is what you have on hand, this is a great solution for you. So, using kefir looks like an amazing thing. You can go through the Wikipedia article and find so much more about it than just what I was originally talking about. You get to check out these amazing people that invented kefir. They look like legit people, right? They first brought kefir to Russia. They're like, you gotta try this. It's really good. Come on. We're in love, and I'm carrying a sword. Yeah, a guy with a sword is selling you good products. Yeah, definitely. And it's also great, if you want to drink it, probably will help your belly and those things. Your mileage may vary. And it also, the lactose is dissolved in the product. And so there's a bunch of things. There's alcohol in it. So if you want to get wasted, you'd have to drink tons of this, and it's probably not even worth it, but you're going to be healthy. And there's all these nutrition things, right? Like, it has calcium, iron, phosphate, magnesium, potassium, sodium, molybdenum, manganese, zinc, right? And it has vitamin A, vitamin B2, B3, B6, B9, B12, vitamin C, D, E. Essential amino acids found in kefir include a bunch of words I'm not going to pronounce, but all these. So so you're getting amino acids as well. So thinking of feeding your plants, all those things, they're going to absorb it. Kefir, dilute it, spray it out there, put it on your plants, put it in the soil. And it also has, this whole section on the microbiota, which has a bunch of, these good probiotics. These are just like, you go look up probiotics in the store, go grab a bottle of probiotics at your local drugstore and look at the things. You'll find it is all of these bacteria here, which this Streptococcus thermophilus is also really useful in creating, I believe this is the one, I'm not 100% sure, but this kefir one produces hydrogen peroxide in your teeth, so it's really good for teeth, I believe. I could be wrong. Do your own research, but yeah, and then there's 1 million to 1 billion colony forming units per milliliter, right? So it's just chock full. And so, in terms of probiotics, you're going to get this right there. And if you make your own, you're going to get this amazing stuff. So I can't recommend kefir enough. I'm sure if you looked up lactobacillus, you'd find something very similar to this, more lacto-based than these other things. But kefir looks like an amazing thing for you. Has yeasts, producing it super easy. You take these kefir grains, you pop them into milk, and I think it's ready within between 12 to 24 hours of fermentation at a mild temperature, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And you will get these, and, you can get these things really quick. So even faster than lactobacillus, throwing in these kefir grains, and then, turn it good at 2 to 5% grains to milk. So definitely less than the 10% lactobacillus recipe. So I just, I can't recommend this enough. I think kefir is a great thing. If you're not doing kefir, you probably might want to consider it. So anyway, thanks for that question, Talise. Really awesome. Great sidetrack there. Great thing to happen. Good thing I saw that and just wanted to share that, because kefir sounds like a good thing to add to our tool belt and to our dietary palette, and something just amazing for all of us. The questions you can send them to, it's best to ask the questions on KNF support. That way I can answer it to everybody like I just did here. But yeah, that's the way. And if you are a member, we'll getting more things better for you there, making those things happen. What's up, Southern California? We got Healing Earth Remediations in the house. Yo. We got Sao coming in from Brazil. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So Stonemason's back from snowboarding. He's switching gears from snowboarding to gardening. Awesome. Popping his veggie seeds. It's coming in. The app. Okay, so Printerbear is asking here. The app doesn't have any recommendation for IMO for the seed leaf bloom. Do you spray out the IMO at separate times from those formulas? Usually IMO is used for soil foundation, but it's possible to also make liquid IMO and include it anytime you're using other Korean natural farming solutions. And if you're a member and you listen to Tomer, he drops some nuggets of knowledge of how he uses just IMO too. So where it's just the seed IMO, preserved seed IMO, and he gets amazing results. So if you're a member, you join, and we'll post this within the next week, before next Wednesday, because our meeting was on Wednesday. So within 1 week, we'll post the meeting recording. You can listen to Tomer talk all about that, because he was talking all about it, of what he does and how he uses IMO in there, and makes it really successful for himself. So that was really exciting actually to hear, because we were talking IMO in the beginning and a lot of people were having some difficulty with it. And then Tomer came in and he was just like, look, I got you on this. And he said some amazing things about the soil biology, putting the IMO under the microscope, and had an amazing story about that. I hope I'm not giving away too much. I want to save most of this for the members, because you guys are going to, you folks are going to be the most tuned in people, more than the office hours, because everyone that watches the office, the members also through the poll said they watch the office hours. So not only are you getting the office hours, you're also getting these nuggets of knowledge from peer practitioners, and a lot in there. Just saying, it might be worth $5 a month, $10, $20, whatever you want to spend. It's up to you to get that extra info if you are really jonesing and hungry for that. Because I like to just leave a little bit of a cliffhanger here. I'm trying to build up the membership really, because it's once we have a community that way, it's even better, because then it means I have to do less, right? Because always I'm answering the questions, but there's so many practitioners out there with the other answers. So featuring more people, hearing feedback, sharing, getting a community growing, not just on a single point of failure like me. What if I don't show up next Sunday? No, we got to make it robust so that we can share with each other, because tons of people know things. And it's so amazing to, Goof was in the chat, and it's like, he's just such a wealth of knowledge. He's been doing this for years, and he's so chill and like making it happen. It's just, it's Cheryl was there. I mean, Cheryl, I don't think could connect because she was at work, but you got Cheryl in the house. I mean, she's a wealth of information too. She's been doing this. She's a high level practitioner, so I'm just saying, I'm just trying to, put that in there. Okay. So, here they said they just emailed a whole live stream worth of, well, I zoomed way too far in. Okay. We also was able to answer Marie here a bit. The office hours, doing the, I got this green mold trichoderma. I'll answer this one. Maybe we answer it together. No, I don't think so. We'll just see what the question is. Oh, there's trichoderma on the pig's floor. Lactobacillus. Do you need the protectors or kefir in there? I like this idea. A wise man once said that farming is moving from one disaster to another. Seems he was right. Yep. I mean, everyone that I've talked to, it's like, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. So, any idea on how to deal with this? What do you think in the chat? What do you think? What am I going to say? Lactobacillus, right? Protectors, get them in there. Cleanser, medicine, throw those things in there. But it sounds like the bad, his IMO, you can try again to get good IMO, but maybe best off to use like some liquid seed IMO, and then lactobacillus, right? So I got to type this answer in. I got to log in first to submit this, but I will. But that's probably going to be my answer. Final answer? Yep. I didn't even have to phone a friend. Yeah. Oh, you know what? You guys aren't even looking at the screen I was looking at. I was looking at this one. Here I am just talking smack, and you're not even looking. It's this green mold trichoderma here on KNF support. So, but feel free, please, you guys, do use KNF support. It is also sponsored by the foundation. It's something we put up. It's something I go through and answer. I'm not always like the most, I usually sit here on Sundays and I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh man, there's a bunch of answers, but someone will usually beat me to it. Like most of these things, like here, I think, what is this? Goof answered it. Yeah. The Goof man answered it. Right. So it's not just me, it's more people getting involved. So, and tons of people have good answers. So I do recommend, if you do have a question, besides just putting, we can chat it here. We can totally chat it here. No problem. That's what office hours is for, is to ask me questions and I can answer you live while you're sitting there, instead of like waiting for, the text answer. But sometimes I can't necessarily send links or whatever. Sometimes I like to answer it more thoroughly, but I'm giving you multiple options. That's the whole beauty of this. Some people want to hate, but hey, I'm trying to just bring the love, man. That's the message of the world this week, this month. Yeah, you can ask there. I mean, you can email me questions too, but if I answer here, then everyone gets to see it, and sometimes it's better. And like, the kefir versus left, wasn't that a good answer? I mean, come on. And if you like the answer too, you can always you can hit here. I'm not logged in, but if you're logged in, you can accept that answer as correct, and you can also upvote the answer if you like the answer, or you can downvote it if you think it was junk. So you can also sort these questions, or answer questions and answers. They can be sortable. So if there's multiple answers, if someone else comes in with another answer, there's a way to accept the answer and then upvote it, downvote it. And hopefully the idea is the best answers will float to the top. But right now, in fact, it is a very small amount of people answering. But they're great answers. This is a wealth of knowledge. So anyway, before I'm getting to that, I'm getting to, Thomas asked me, did I see his pictures of his chicks? His new chicks. I thought you were married, bro. No, anyway, I'm not. I'm just messing with him. I know he is married. But you know, so Thomas, I did see him. I don't know why I didn't reply right away. Probably, but check this out. Thomas got some new chicks. He went to the new chick store, the hot chick store, picked up some hot warm chicks. And look at those little. Am I close enough? It's blurry. I don't know. There you go. Thomas's new chicks. What is that? How many do you got? It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, it looks like you got a dozen. You got a whole egg container of chicks. Look how cute they are. And also notice they right there is that pile of rice. So he's giving them infinite amounts of rice to eat. And then hopefully by this point you're also putting in some like shredded egg and then also some cut leaves for just a little bit of time, right? And then after day 3, and you get into that by day 7 you're putting in their feeds and getting the whole feed together. And somebody asked me the other day, do I have a chicken book? I really need to. I do have one. It's not published. It's not even done yet, but I need to get that out to you because it's so simple, so easy to raise robust, healthy chicks. Not ones that are always on their cell phone and just like, too busy for you, but like cute, beautiful, healthy, productive chicks. And they are pretty cute chicks, if you ask. I'll ask you, are they pretty cute chicks, Thomas? Okay. So yeah, no. So I did, and then I also got another call. I got an email from Cecily here. I don't know if it's worth reading here because it was kind of more related to some technological stuff. Which I did get your email, by the way. I get it. Sometimes I don't reply right away because I'm not the best at that. I'm just gonna claim I'm autistic. Not sure if I am, but sometimes I get social anxiety or whatever. Try to do what I try to do and try to offer as much as I can, but sometimes I'm like, I also just want to sleep. So anyway, and then also I got a message here from Chris Anthony. So Chris Anthony, a member of the Pure KNF Foundation, we'll go over that message because I think he messaged me here. Which again, I prefer, if you can ask a question, do it through KNF support or some other way so I can get it to everybody. If you text me and I text you back, it's like, you got the info, but we had this opportunity right now, so I'm going to do it on the office hours. So otherwise, KNF support or office hours, that way many people can get the answers, because just one question for one person is it's not the exponential thing I'm going for. I want to spread, share, get it growing. So Chris was asking, is there any formula or protocol for increasing germination of really old seeds? I have some local heirloom pumpkin seeds that were grown and saved by a local family for over 100 years. I have a small bottle and a limited number of seeds to attempt to grow again. I have no idea how old they are. The label on the bottle is yellowing. Last attempt resulting in mold. Oh no. Trying a soak in spring water with a couple drops of hydrogen peroxide, then going to rinse and soak with seed solution. Any other ideas are welcome. This genetic material may be lost if I can't awaken it. Love, Chris. So Master Cho actually does have a specific thing for sprouting old seeds, and it has to do with maltose. And he also, lactobacillus, if it's molding, putting more protectors in there, more lactobacillus in there should help inhibit the molds. Also making sure the cleanser is in there as a mold inhibitor. So I know old seeds, old heirlooms, you don't want to lose them. I totally get that. But there is a way to help really old seeds sprout. You may want to also consider some egg yolk oil, which I know I'm going to throw it out there and people are going to be like, what's that? Look on the YouTube, hit the little explore my YouTube a bit and find egg yolk oil. But there is a seed sprouting solution, and I believe it has to do with maltose. Let me see here. Let me do a little bit of research here, just quick on this, of pulling up this book over here, bringing it up over here so you can see. So, so I gotta, put this recipe into my book, I think, and republish it here in a way where we can all get to it. But in the meantime, we'll pull up Master Cho's old recipe book with his daughter Ju-Young Cho, translated by In-Sung Hwang. And we'll look here, and maltose is number 12. So we'll go cruise down there, number 12. Where are we at? What number is this? Number 8. Keep going. Number 11. Oh, we're getting close. That's the yeast I was talking about. Quick, take a screenshot. And then here's maltose. Okay, so traditionally, I believe maltose is the one that's used for helping to sprout, because it has all this sprouting hormone. So it can really help these old seeds sprout. So we'll see if I'm correct here. We'll just read the how to use first. It says, dilute maltose with water in a ratio of 1 to 500. Use it with other natural farming materials. So I call them solutions. Use them with other solutions. If maltose is applied in the paddy field, rice straw can be decomposed rapidly by the action of enzymes. Also, the maltose helps to make the soil foundation. Okay, there you go. Maltose is used for seedling treatment. Right here, number 3. This is the one I was going after. This is where it's not in the book, but I've heard Master Cho talk about it. Maltose can really help seeds sprout, because it is, when we get into the recipe, you'll see how it is from the sprouted seeds, and it really helps. So use maltose for treating damping off, root rot, soft rot, etc. So if you're getting molds and you're doing those things, the maltose is going to help with damping off, root rot, soft rot, right? This is not one of the 9 core solutions, but this is another tool in the Natural Farmer's Tool Belt. Is this one essential? No, but when you're trying to do specialized things like sprout 100-year-old pumpkins, you're going to need this tool. So maltose, knowing it helps with damping off, soft rot, root rot, those things. Maltose, when the crop is severely affected by physiological or environmental damage, lower high temperature, in early growth stage. So again, helping things sprout, getting this early growth stage to be proper. Use maltose when livestock suffers from I hate Latin words, man. I don't even know what the heck. Or loses appetite. Okay, we'll just copy this and see what the heck that actually means. I don't know what that means. Indigestion. Okay, why didn't they just write indigestion? That's Latin, man. Latin. Always making me mumble and stumble and look like a dummy. Indigestion. So when your animal, livestock, suffers from indigestion or loses appetite, this translator has permanent head damage. PhD. So anyway, use maltose in those conditions. So Cecily's back. What's up, Cecily? So anyway, maltose is going to be your friend in this. And we'll go over quickly how to make it, and then hopefully we'll get into some majab, because we got 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes left for that. What is maltose? What exactly is maltose? Processed wheat? That is a great question. That's just about what we're diving into. We just got into the how to use it. Why not start with how it's used before you learn how to make it? Because if you don't know what it's for, why the heck are you making it, right? But now that you know why to make it, hang on, I'm gonna drink a little sip here. Why should you make it? Because you're going to do all those great things we just discussed. But how do you make it? Okay, so we'll read the description. Traditionally, Korean people have made maltose by using barley. Why barley? I don't know. The maltose is used for producing shiki. I don't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce that either. Shaky. which is a traditional sweet Korean rice dessert drink made of rice or made of malt and rice, also called dansul or gamju or glutinous rice jelly. I'm just going to stick with that. They like making glutinous rice jelly. Yeah. So the maltose is also used for farming. The maltose made from whole barley is tastiest, but it is possible to use sweet potato. So if you don't have barley, you can also use sweet potato. I probably should make this maltose out of sweet potato. I got tons of sweet potato around me. Potato or taro. Oh my gosh, Hawaiians are in the wheelhouse. We got all those things. Taro. Taro's amazing too. I got a lot of taro. Maybe I should make maltose out of this. To be honest, I've never made maltose. I'll just let you know. I've never done it, but I should. I mean, look at how many other uses it has. As this advanced recipe, it has so many uses. Plus, I got taro, potatoes, sweet potatoes for days. I don't have that much barley around me. I'm not a barley farmer. John Barleycorn. Okay, so for farming purposes, it is unnecessary to use whole barley. It's unnecessary to use whole barley. So maybe you can use, I don't know what that means. It's unnecessary to use whole barley. What do you like? Okay. However, the following materials and methods for producing maltose with whole barley. So it's unnecessary to use whole barley, but he's going to tell you how to use whole barley. Okay, great. Maybe I don't know how to do it from the sweet potatoes, but I'll look it up. I'm sure it's a DuckDuckGo way and or your other most wicked search engine out there, which is not your friend. That's why you're tuned into the office hours. Direct knowledge without going through a third party. Well, except for Google that's hosting this through YouTube, but Alphabet. Hey. Okay, anyway, how to make maltose. Materials: whole barley, thin cloth, and water. That's what you need. 3 things. Put the whole barley. So step 1, methods. Step 1, put the whole barley in a bowl and cover with cloth. Okay, cool. Water it for 1 week as when growing bean sprouts. So kind of sprout it in a sprouting jar, maybe, is what I'm going to say. Because that sounds like kind of a gangster way to do it, but, sprout it like you're making bean sprouts. Okay, cool. That's easy. Sprouting jar. When barley sprouts, it grows 1 centimeter long, okay? And the tip turns light green, then dry the barley. So when you got 1 centimeter long sprouts, take it out, dry it, and then pound that dry barley. So just smash it with all your effort, get out a 10, 12 pound sledgehammer and crush it. Or, whatever, however you want to do it. I'm exaggerating here. Pour water, then rub, and soak the pounded barley. Save the suspension after soaking. So I think you then want to, once you crush it into dust, then you want to take the leftover pounded barley, like the liquid, I think. So soak it in some water, rub. It doesn't say how much water to use. I don't know. Just enough maybe. Add the suspension to 2 to 3 bowls of rice cooked hard and keep them warm in an electrical rice cooker, 50 centigrade, for 5 to 6 hours. Do not keep it too long to prevent sourness. So it looks like you're taking that water and some rice cooked hard. So you cook the rice, I guess, already, and then you add that liquid to it, and then you keep it on keep warm mode, or just, not cooking mode, but keep warm mode for 5 to 6 hours. Filter the rice through the sieve and use the liquid only. So filter the rice through the sieve and use the liquid only. So I guess that's how to make it. You sprout the barley, you smash it, you dry it, then you smash it, then you put water in there to get all the good stuff in the liquid, then you pour that into cooked rice, hard cooked rice cooked hard. So obviously cook it, same way you'd make the IMO rice, and then keep it warm for 5 to 6 hours. And then that liquid you're going to be able to use here as maltose, and that will help in your sprouting, also help with root rot and dampening off, and with indigestion or losing appetite or seedling treatment or rice paddy fields, and you use it by diluting it 1 to 500. Can you preserve it? I don't know. I'm sure, maybe you could add equal parts sugar to it. It sounds like this is going to go bad, so maybe store it in your refrigerator if you're not going to use it right away, but it sounds like something that's going to go bad on you pretty quick. But that's how to make maltose, in case you were curious. I don't know too much about it. I've never made it, but it sounds like it's super handy. Really good thing to do. So if you're going to make maltose, you heard it here, KNF Office Hours. That's why you're tuned in, getting more than just the 9 core solutions. And okay, coming back, we got Marty Raspberry in the house. What's up, Marty? Man, I got like some nasal congestion here. I'm gonna deal with that. Drink some medicine. Egg yolk oil, yeah. Mark healed from egg yolk oil, where he cut his head open. Oh man, that was so gnarly. But it healed him up. Okay. Yeah. IMO collection. Okay, cool. Yeah, good. Yep, good things happening. Okay, what exactly is maltose? We went over that. Okay, good. Barley has more amino acids that digest starch inside the kernel more than other grains. That's why it's popular for converting grains to beer. Yeah, so you're trying to get the enzymes out of here. All these things, the grains for beer. Yeah. Amazing stuff, but you can use it in natural farming too. Barley sprouts if whole. So, yeah. So, anyway, you can probably also buy it commercially at a store. I don't know. Talking about egg yolk oil makes me think about using eggs instead of fish to make the nitrogen fertilizer. Probably you're going to run into moisture issues though. Maybe, I don't know. Never heard of egg amino acid, but probably, maybe, I don't know. That'd be actually an interesting thing. So I'd be very interested in seeing some experimentation there and or doing some things like that. Okay. Germinated barley. Okay. We're into this. I was making malto meal yesterday and I thought the soil microbes get something special from the gluten other than the food source. Yep. Malto meal probably has maltose in it. Massive enzyme content. Yes. All these things. So this is how to do it. But I did leave a cliffhanger in the beginning. And so anyway, you got that maltose. Oh my gosh, that just fell off my desk. But we got Majab coming up. Madaj, we got a few minutes. We got 5 minutes to discuss it. So I did promise it as a cliffhanger. I don't want to leave this episode where it's like, just check out next week. We'll get to what we said we would this week. Let's get to a bit of the book. And what I want to do is take you into the back of the book. There's a lot in this. We could probably cover it for a whole year. Despite, it's like you're reading one book for a whole year. Yeah. We're going that in depth. There's that much more to this because even though this book is very complete and very well written, there's always more. And I've spent so much time with Young Song. He lived in this house for a month. I spent so much time with the guy. I love the guy. He's amazing. Look at him. He's right there. I got to turn off this blurring function because while we do this, turn off that so you can see Master Cho behind me. Oh yeah, look at him. But you can also see Young Song right there. So proud. Always wearing that blue shirt. I've seen him wear different things, but almost always wearing that blue shirt. But let's go to the back. Let's start with the back first because, let's go to the back. Okay. Let's start with his recipe, number 1 here. So, come on, get to the right spot. No, herb solution, number 9. No, wait, come on, where is the right place? He's talking about the different herb solution, number 10. Oh, here. Okay, here, we're at the right place. Okay, so, so this is what I want to cover today. Is this? What is this? So this page, this is page number 310. If you have the first edition of the book, I don't know, maybe the second edition is different, but it's his number one recipe. So he has 12 of these, and I went over the herbal solution last time. No, there's 13, 14. Oh, number 14 was the herbal smoker. Was there more than that? It's 14 of these. I don't know. Okay, I'll just assume there's 14. I'm not going to totally look it up correctly right now. But there's 14. So number one that he recommends out of these, which I've already covered, number 8, 9, and 12, and 14, I think. But we're going to start with number one, because why not? But number one here is Jadam sulfur. Okay, so we're not going to cover how to make it, because you can go to Jadam, en.jadam.kr. And look up his how to make Jadam sulfur, and he'll show you. Or you can go look at my things below and see, it's in another video. So we'll go over it. It's super dangerous, not recommended. Don't ever make this stuff. It's really bad, But if somehow you did make it, you can use it for rice bakane disease. Okay, and this was developed by Seon Sap Jung, Young Soo Hyun, Sun Soo Kim, and Young Song Cho. So those 4 people developed this. I'm assuming they're people, natural persons. And they're talking about, what do you do for rice bakane disease? Well, you use Jadam sulfur. What the heck is rice bakane disease? Maybe, I know we're kind of running short on time here, but let's just rice bakane. We're gonna go over here and just see what the heck is it first. Bakane. Yeah, so we'll just pull up the Wikipedia, which is one of the most least credible sources out there, but we'll go for it. And it says a disease that infects rice plants caused by the fungus Gibberella fujikuri. Again, Latin names. The metabolism of which produces a surplus of gibberellic acid, which is a hormone found in plants and fungi. So it produces a lot of gibberellin, so maybe killing it's not the best idea. I don't know. Anyway, in the plant, this acts as a growth hormone causing hypertrophy. Okay, so maybe it overgrows the plant and then kills it. It looks like it swells the seeds too much, swells the cells, and then they die. So they get long, weak stems, lacking chlorophyll, and they're infertile with empty panicles. So if this is in your rice, then you're getting empty rice. That's not really the best thing. Producing no edible grains. At worst, they're incapable of supporting their own weight and topple over, hence foolish seedling disease. So this is in the seedlings, and this comes in there, and it looks like it produces, if you're into a bunch of gibberellic acid to use for other things, maybe you could, intentionally cultivate this, but it looks like if you have too much of it, it causes overgrowth. So watch out for that rice bakane disease. That's what it is. It's a fungi, Gibberella fujikuri. Watch out for that. So if you want to get rid of it, this is a seedling soak. This uses sulfur to kill it because, it is a fungus. Most pathogenic funguses are very susceptible to sulfur. So he says, I know we're in overtime here, but he says, mix 5 liters, which is 1.3 gallons of the sulfur with water to make 500 liters. Okay. So you're going to make a big batch here because you probably got a lot of rice because you're probably doing acres and acres, correct? We're all doing acres and acres of rice, right? Correct? Yeah. Okay. No, I doubt anyone here is doing that much. But if you are, props to you. I love eating rice, and thank you. Leave the seeds in cold water mixed with JS for 48 hours. So you're going to soak them in there 48 hours with the sulfur, diluted, 1.3 gallons to 132 gallons. 5 liters. It's a 1 to 100. 1 to 100 ratio is basically what you want. You do not need warm water. After 48 hours, wash with clean water. For seeds with thick skin and colored rice, use 7 liters of JS. So instead of a 1 to 100, it's, I don't know, whatever 500 divided by 7 is. What is that? I have a calculator right here. 500 divided by 7. 1 to 71, 0.4285714286. Make sure you get that. So 1 to 71 dilution if you want to make it a bit stronger instead of 1 to 100. Make it 1 to 71 if you got thick skins. So it says all over the world, people tried to control Rice-Baccanet disease, but it was very difficult. Jadam came up with a solution. This method can be applied to all seeds plus garlic and onions. So if you're doing garlic and onions, you can use this too. Usually you will immerse for 30 minutes, but the time varies greatly according to seed type. So again, this is like a seed solution, soak solution, but in sulfur. This may work for also the pumpkin seeds earlier. Replace the chemical pesticides with Jadam natural pesticide for seed disinfection. So if you need to disinfect the seeds, besides this Master Cho's seed sprouting thing, maybe soak them in sulfur for a little bit first. I don't know if there's any pathogens, anything in there, any fungus that's going to cause problems. This will probably kill it. And then you can soak it in the other seed soak. So if you have bad seeds, and they're infected, and you're going from an infected plant to an uninfected area, and you want to kill that infection, seed soak 1 to 100, 1 to 70 in Jadam sulfur, which is just sulfur. I mean, it's liquid sulfur. Madaj sulfur. So there you go. That is recipe number 1 is Rice-Baccanet disease. And so he says put the seeds in a small porous bag and then teabag them into that water. He says a white film will form on the surface. Wash them after sprouting, and then sow them after they're dry. And it'll completely eliminate the Rice-Baccanet disease. So there you go. We got to some Madaj. We got to their, in addition, we'd had a lot of seed soaking information this episode. If I was, labeling these episodes properly, I'd label this one seed soak because that was primarily what we talked about. But good things happening. Darkening of the light. I don't know how that applies today here, but I'm sure somewhere in my life or your life or our lives together, we can get through this. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of Office Hours. I'm gonna peace out here pretty soon. Was it 8 minutes? No, 5 minutes over. Okay, cool. You got 5 extra minutes today. Amazing. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the community. Oh, well, you know what? I started late too, so actually it's not that much overtime. Join the Pure KNF Foundation if you're not already a member. If you are a member, thanks for supporting this. Master Cho's smiling behind me. Pure KNF Foundation in the house, doing the good things, making it happen. Thanks everybody for being part of the community, sharing the love, teaching people about natural farming, saving our oceans, saving our land, saving our people, saving our microbes, saving our children, saving the aliens in space. I don't know, maybe you believe in that. No matter what the shape of the earth you think it is, you're doing good. So keep it up, make life amazing, and catch you next week at 9 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time again. And, KNF support, all these good things. Check it out. Be part of good things. I'm going to switch this over, and just like that, strain mixed crops probably won't need sulfur. Yeah, I don't know. Cool. Thanks for being alive. See you next week. I'm going to go out quick. See ya. Bye.